Okay, here we are again, and we're going to do the green belt throws, hold downs, chokes, and arm bars. There's quite a few in the green belt series, so we'll get started right away. The first throw that we're going to learn is Ko-soto-gake. Standard judo grip, lapel, and sleeve, just exactly like Ko-soto-gake from the orange belt series, except now we're going to have more of a hook in behind his leg instead of a sweep. So Ko-soto-gake was here. Ko-soto-gake is more of a hook. Remembering your up top kazushi, steering him like a bus, just like we learned in the yellow and the orange belt series, putting all the weight onto the leg that you would like to take out. Okay, here we go. Nice wide step. Ko-soto-gake. One more angle. Ko-soto-gake. Next in our series for green belt, Tsuri-goshi. Very similar as O-goshi from the yellow belt series, a couple of exceptions. Always the sleeve pull, a little more of a lifting hip throw for Tsuri-goshi. So we're going to lift him first, get the kazushi going up, then we place our hand. We can grab the belt for Tsuri-goshi, full hip all the way around. And hold your partner up at the end. Tsuri-goshi. From this angle, you'll see the lifting. So we're going to lift him up first, place the hand, full hip, Tsuri-goshi. Okay, next in the green belt series, Yoko-otoshi, the side drop throw. Just going to throw him from this angle first. We're going to do a couple of steps. And making sure when you do this with your partner, you get your steps in sync. So 1, 2, 3. If you time this with your partner wrong, he thinks you're going 4 steps and you're going to do 3, you're going to bonk heads. So try to make sure you've ahead of time communicated that. Kane and I are going to do 3 steps. And making sure you do your kazushi, which is this lapel this way, this sleeve this way, and your body is going to be in this position. And he's basically doing a forward roll, a Zempo Kaiten over top of you. Here we go. From one more angle. Come straight at the camera. Yoko-otoshi. Okay, next in the series, we're going to go over Ashi-guruma. From this angle, you're going to do a swivel, pivoting from here. This pivots just above the knee, keeping your sleeve pull and your kazushi, and doing a sweep. Okay, regular speed. Okay, next in the series is Hane-goshi. Very similar to Harai-goshi. Sleeve pull, of course, at all times. Good kazushi here. Harai-goshi, of course, was here with the sweep. This time, we're going to just have a bent leg. Instead of the sweep from Harai, we're going to have a bent leg right here, propping him up. This is Hane-goshi. From one more angle, prop him up with that bent leg. Hane-goshi. Okay, the next in the series is a lifting, pulling foot sweep. It's called Harai-tsuri-komi-ashi. It's probably the longest one in the judo language. Harai-tsuri-komi-ashi. Okay, and usually we do it with a little bit of a step first. We're going to step back, forward, and then sweep him off his feet. Here we go. Okay, from a different angle here. Harai-tsuri-komi-ashi. Okay, the next in the green belt series, it's kind of a fun one. It's called Tomoe-nage. This is one of my favorite for competition. I really enjoy this throw. I'm going to start over here. Partner's going to have a nice wide stance. Good grip. Now on the foot placement for Tomoe-nage, you don't want it up in their stomach or chest. It's right there in that groin area, right there. Okay, and we're going to try to slide our body underneath into his stance as much as possible. If you try to do Tomoe-nage from here, you'll just get crushed. So you need to be right underneath your partner and then throwing him overhead. This is how it looks. Okay, one more angle. Tomoe-nage. The next one in the green belt series, it's called Kata-guruma, or jiu-jitsu people know it as the fireman carry, or shoulder wheel. This one is actually a banned throw in judo now because we aren't allowed to touch the leg, but it's part of the old school Judo Gokyo and they still require it. Most instructors, most dojos will require this for your green belt testing. We'll just show it to you step by step here and from different angles. So really important on this throw is to have a big sleeve pull. The reason for this is so that you can go very deep and get him on your back by sleeve pulling him the entire way, grabbing his leg, and as you pull him up on your back, you're still sleeve pulling the whole way. You bring up your feet together, that one towards that one. Your uke, who's on your back now, is remaining straight as a board, and if you see the behind, he's propping himself up by pressing down on my belt, remaining straight as a board. That way he also remains very light as a feather on my back. Now instead of hanging out here too long, let's throw him. Here we go. Notice I use a crash mat as well. Nice for the uke. While you practice this throw, please use a crash mat. Maybe for your green belt testing, you won't use a crash mat, but highly advisable to grab a crash mat for a hard fall for the uke. Make sure you have something soft for him to land on. One more angle here. Big sleeve pull. Go deep. Grab the leg. Squat, push him up. Slide and throw over. Shoulder wheel. One more angle. I'm just going to move over here so he can see it and he can land properly. Kata-guruma. Okay, the first hold down in the green belt series, Kazure-Kesa-gatame. So we have our regular Kazure-gatame. The only difference, Kazure-Kesa-gatame, switch to the underhook. Kesa-gatame, Kazure-Kesa-gatame. Remember to keep this up high towards his ear, knee bolted to the floor, arm completely trapped. Kazure-Kesa-gatame. The next one in our green belt Gokyo for hold downs, Kazure-Yoko-Shiho-Gatame. So similar to Yoko-Shiho-Gatame, which is this, head, leg, grab belt, hold. All we're doing different is taking it and placing it in front of the head, locking in this arm, keeping the position head down. Kazure-Yoko-Shiho-Gatame. Okay, next in the green belt Gokyo for hold downs, Kazure-Kami-Shiho-Gatame. So very similar to Kami-Shiho-Gatame, which is both hands underneath here and grabbing the belt. But this time we're going to have one over here, grabbing the belt. So instead of both under, one's under grabbing the belt, the other is over grabbing the belt. And you can either, on this side of his head, knee and ear, and knees up, or hips down, sprawl position. As long as both hands are grabbing the belt, one is over, one is under. Kazure-Kami-Shiho-Gatame. All right, green belt Gokyo, first choke in the series. Kata-Juji-Jime. So we move the arm out of the way. Now as we're mounting the partner, we're gonna slide 4 fingers in, thumb out, mount, this thumb in, 4 fingers out. So it's opposite. Thumb down, thumb up. Kata-Juji-Jime. So 4 fingers in, thumb up, thumb down. Bringing my elbows outward and putting my head to the mat. That's how we finish the choke. Kata-Juji-Jime. Next in the green belt series, Kyaku-Juji-Jime. It's the second choke in the green belt series. We move the arm out of the way again. This time, instead of the thumb in, we're going to reverse it. Gyaku means opposite. So we're going to 4 fingers in, thumb out as we mount the partner. Same thing on the other hand, 4 fingers in the collar, 1 out, and we're going to choke our partner by moving our elbows outward, putting our head to the ground, finish the choke. Kyaku-Juji-Jime. Next in the green belt series, Nami-Juji-Jime. Move the arm out of the way. This time we're going to have both thumbs in. 4 fingers out, both thumbs down. So we mount our partner. As we're doing so, thumb in, and to finish the choke, we're going to lean our weight onto our partner, elbows extended outwards, head to the mat. Nami-Juji-Jime. Right, the last one is an arm lock in the green belt Gokyo. Ude Hishigi-Juji-Gatame. It's a mouthful. You can remember it by Juji-Gatame. It's what most judoka will call it. You can execute this from a throw and straight into the armbar, which we'll show later, or just for practice, pull up on the arm, put your right leg in there, always have your knee placed right against the elbow joint here. Leg is coming over the head, you're falling backwards. Don't fall too backwards because you don't want to have your butt too far away. This space, it won't be applied correctly. So fall backwards, but keep your butt in tight and pull back with the thumb up. Do that again. Ude Hishigi-Juji-Gatame. Pull up to get your foot placed in, fall back without too much space, and thumb up, pulling backwards. Ude Hishigi-Juji-Gatame. Showing it with a throw, we'll use Tsuri-nage. Here we go. Juji-Gatame.